Hello, hello, hello. Week 26 Fantasy Outlook. Derek is going to tell you everything that you guys need to know. And on behalf of both of us, we are sorry about last week's technical difficulties. So, Derek, the floor is yours for week 26.
Yeah, like he said, we had some minor technical difficulties last week. No problem. We're back this week for week 26 of MLS Fantasy. Week 25 went uh, okay for me. I mean, it could have gone better. I ended up with 87 points. Good enough to move up a couple spots in the OC League. I'm like top 40 now. I'm kind of like pushing that. Uh, I captained Benny Foulhaver. That didn't go over well. That's where I could have gotten more points. He ended up getting a red card in their 5-0 loss to San Jose. Ended up with negative points for the week. And then I had some pretty good performances from Giovinco, Sebastian Lletget, Kamara, and Robbie Keane. The two LA guys I got combining for 33 ended up with 87 points, like I said. Could have been better, but am I happy with that after the start? Yes. All right, now we're on to week 26. We have four teams on double game week this week: the Chicago Fire, the Colorado Rapids, the Houston Dynamo, and the New York Red Bulls. You're looking at this and you're like, okay, this double game week makes no sense. You got Chicago and Colorado who have maybe three fantasy options between them, if that. Houston's one of the weirdest fantasy teams out there. They're a good team in real life, but they're not the greatest fantasy team. And then you got the Red Bulls, who are probably the best of the three, and they're probably where you're going to get a lot of your options this week. The transfers will end at 8:30 on August 26th. I think that is Wednesday night. That coincides with the start of the New York Red Bulls at Chicago Fire game. Without further ado, we can move on to different options this week. Starting with goalkeeper, you got Clint Irwin and Luis Robles. My thinking with Irwin is that, in Colorado they have no offense, but one thing they do have a lot of in Colorado is defense, and they just added designated, he's not a designated player. They added Maynard Figueroa from Hull City, and that just adds to the 80 billion defenders that team has for whatever reason. But they're playing Houston at home and Kansas City at home. Not exactly the greatest matchups for them, but they're not going to kill you with giving up 4 goals a game like a certain team we all know and love. But if you want to go a Colorado option, you can go Maynard Figueroa. He's 7.1. I'll talk about him in a bit. There's a couple options for him. Former bar fight MVP of the year, Sean St. Ledger, started the last few games for him. I would not play him at all, but you never know with Colorado. They're always good for a clean sheet this year, even though they absolutely suck. And then you got Luis Robles, New York Red Bulls. I think they're the best defensive team in the East. I don't want to be quoted on that, but they're definitely top two. They've played over 25 games this year, 25 or more, I think. And they haven't allowed 30 goals yet. They are an excellent defensive team led by Matt Miazga, Damian Peronel, and even with their injuries, they're just coming in. You got Connor Lade and I forgot who their other wingback was. But any of those four options would be pretty good, and including Luis Robles. They do have Chicago away, and who else do they play? They got home versus DC United. So New York's still looking to catch up to DC United. I expect a very good game from them this week. Hopefully a clean sheet. If you have Matt Miazga, he is a CBI machine. He should be good for 8 to 10 points this week. Couple other options if you're looking for cheap options. Eric Garrick's always reliable. He's also a CBI machine. He's probably not going to get a clean sheet this week. They play the Red Bulls and Orlando City. Chicago usually isn't clean sheet reliable, but Eric Garrick can always get you those 6, 7, 8 points you need, especially with those CBI bonuses. And I already mentioned Connor Lade, and I already mentioned Maynard Figueroa. You guys may not have known this, but he came over to Colorado a few games ago. We all know Pablo Mastroeni is a giant douchebag when it comes to MLS fantasy. Anyone who's played this game knows you want to avoid him, but there's no way you can sit Maynard Figueroa, and he's only 7.1. So if you want to give that a flyer, I'd be all for that. On to the midfielders. We got Sasha Kljestan again. What can I say? He's still on fire. He's still on fire. Red Bull's midfield is just absolutely ridiculously stacked right now. And Kljestan seems to be the best of a really good bunch. Hopefully he's got an assist in him this week, maybe a goal. We're looking about 10 to 12 points, with most of those coming at the first game versus Chicago. And an option you may not know of, I'm looking at him this week because he's on the double game week. Brad Davis, he's only owned by about 1% of MLS Fantasy. He's about in that $10 range. So if you need that extra game, you can drop like a Feilhaber, a Piatti for him if you'd like. He's in that 10.2 range. Houston plays at Colorado. And who else do they play? They play at home versus Vancouver. He's not a sexy option, but Houston's a pretty good team. Maybe Brad Davis gets a couple assists in there. I'm looking for 8 to 10 points from him. Just know this is the 1 week you could actually take a risk because it's not going to kill you in the future. If you want to take a Brad Davis and risk him, by all means do it because we'll get to week 27 in a minute, how you could approach that. Other options, Dax McCarty. He's still pretty much on fire. We're looking same 8 to 10 points to him. He's about his $8 range. Hopefully that goes well for him. And Harry Shipp. I haven't said his name in a while in the show. I don't think I've said it all while we've done the show. But Sean Maloney, with his impending move to Hull City, puts Harry Shipp back in his playmaking role. They play the Red Bulls and Orlando City. We all know how we've just absolutely not played defense at all. You might as well not even play the back six. I don't even know they're there anymore. But Harry Shipp is a quality player. We're maybe looking at an assist or two. If David Ackham plays this week, I was going to pick him up. I'll get to him in a minute. But hopefully I'm looking at an assist, a goal for Harry Shipp maybe. Without Sean Maloney, he should be taking set pieces. That's an extra added bonus if you want to cheat midfielders. He's in about the $8 range. And his name's kind of cooled off a little bit since early in the year when Maloney was out, I had Harry Shipp on my team. When Maloney came back, I dropped Harry Shipp because Maloney takes that playmaking role. And with Maloney rumored to go to Hull City Championship in England, I would look at Harry Shipp again in these last 7 weeks of MLS Fantasy. Going up to forwards, I really don't have much for you this week. Colorado forwards are absolutely useless. Do they even have a forward? They're garbage.
I can't name one.
I don't know how many goals they have this year, but if you really, really, really absolutely must put Kevin Doyle on your team, you must look at your sanity because that is a terrible decision. With Chicago, if David Ackham doesn't play, I'm not sure what to tell you. You could risk Igboananike if you really want to. He's pretty much a poor man's David Ackham. He has scored against us this year. He scored that first goal when we were up in Chicago this year. And he's just as fast as Ackham. So if they both play, I'm still leaning Ackham, but Iggy may be a good differential this week. Who knows? There's always that one person that's going to have like all 11 players from this double game week, and one of them is going to be Igboananike. I bet you. I'll check that for you. And the best number one forward option for a double game week this week is going to be Bradley Wright Phillips. What else can I say? New York's on fire. Their midfield is almost unstoppable. It's not LA unstoppable, but it's pretty unstoppable. And Bradley Wright Phillips has been in good form lately, so I'm going to take a flyer on him, especially with that game against Chicago. Now, single game week options, there's nothing new and mind-blowing, I'm going to tell you. You're probably going to captain Sebastian Jovinko this week if you don't want to captain a double game week player because he's playing Montreal at home. That's always a good decision to captain Jovinko. It's only if you want to do a single game week player. I mean, I had Robbie Keane as a single game week player score more than all my double game week players. So It's really whoever you want to captain. I'm probably going to lean towards the double game week player this week. If you have LA players, just be careful. They're playing away at San Jose. San Jose did a good job earlier this year when LA was up there, but LA is just on so much fire. I'm not sure you can't have multiple LA players on your team. Now we can go back to the strategy for this week. If you want to take a risk on a player you think will play well this week, by all means do it. Just don't go crazy with it. Don't go -8. Don't go -12. You don't need that this week. I'm not going any higher than a -4, and that's only if there's a player I really want. Because going into week 27, it is unlimited transfers. How many teams are on bye that week?
I think half, right?
Half the league is off. I got the list right here. Colorado, DC, Houston, Los Angeles. Shit. That's not good for the fantasy team. New York City, New York Red Bulls, Portland, RSL, SKC, and the Whitecaps are all off next week. So, week 27, you may have to have a couple players you don't want. If you want to keep Robbie Keane and put him on your bench, by all means, do so. I'm probably not going to do that because Seattle is playing that week, and Obafemi Martins is back. We're just waiting for Clint Dempsey, and that team is going to kick some ass. If you haven't noticed last year, when Oba and Clint are healthy, you want them both on your fantasy team because they are both unstoppable. You add in Ivan Schnitz, however the hell you say his name.
I think it was Ivanovic.
Yeah, I don't fucking know or care anymore. Fuck Seattle. But
Better than we are.
yeah. Then shit, who was the other guy? Valdez or Torres. We had both of them. The one that scored the header against us, he's also in the midfield. That is a good team. Let's see who else is playing that week. Yeah, the only 10 teams that are playing, I mean, you can pick whoever the hell you want, really, but just know it is unlimited transfers. This is your time to recalibrate the team, let's say, before you go to the last 7 weeks. And just know week 33 and 32 or 33 and 34, it's like 2 weeks towards the end of the year. Those are also unlimited game weeks, unlimited transfers. So, guys, please take advantage of that. You're going to want to take a risk this week. I had no fan questions this week. Just know, good luck, folks. Remember, your transfers are going to close Wednesday at 8:30. Other than that, I'm pretty much done. You got any questions, Sam? All right. Well, I'll see you guys week 27. Good luck this week. And please don't beat me.
All right, guys, there you have it. Derek is giving you all his quality knowledge, sacrificing his own points for the greater good of the Orlando City fantasy community. So thanks again for the watch. If you have any questions, please let me know or let him know. If you ask me, I'm just going to ask him. So that's it. We got a match preview coming to you guys Thursday night. Guillermo from Chicago now is coming back. You saw him. He helped us with the Open Cup match preview. So there you have it. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.